Being an entrepreneur and a business owner, a question that I get quite often is, how did you come up with your business idea? This is a very hard question to answer, but I think that there's several ways that someone can come up with a business idea. A lot of people say they want to be entrepreneurs or business owners, but struggle with an idea to execute on. So today I want to talk about a few things you can do and ways you can think to potentially come up with business ideas. One thing I think you can do to start coming up with business ideas is look where you're spending your money. Every time you buy something at the store or pay for a service, try to understand why you're buying it. What makes you buy this product or service over a similar product or service? Think about the things that may make this item better than a competitor. You want to look at every purchase you make and understand what value it's bringing to your life and how it's doing so. You also want to pay attention to things such as marketing, packaging, and other things the company is doing to convince you to buy their product. Did you see a really convincing ad that persuaded you to buy the product? Did one of your friends recommend this item? Or did you buy it just because the packaging looked cool? By paying more attention to the things you buy and the reasons for buying them, you will start to open up your mind to different business avenues. It will start to help you come up with products to bring to market. Doing this really helped me think of why I was consuming certain things over others. For example, I love going to Starbucks and drinking their coffee, but why do I pay $6 for a Starbucks coffee when I could go to another coffee shop down the road and get a coffee for $3? I think that this is one of the most important things you can do to start coming up with business ideas. The second thing you can do is start paying attention to things that are inconveniences in your life. When you're going through your daily activities, pay attention to things that bother you or just don't work well. Take note of even the most minor inconveniences throughout your day. Also, look at products that you use personally that don't work as well as they could. When you come across an inconvenience throughout your day or a product that doesn't work as well as it should, try to think of how you could improve it or solve that inconvenience. Try to think of a solution that could improve your life. Even the most minor solutions have potential to be great ideas. The number one thing that entrepreneurs do is solve problems for people. So if you can find even the most minor problem to solve, you might have a great idea on your hands. A third thing you can do to start coming up with business ideas is look at products that are marketed towards one group of people but could work for another group of people. A great example of this is the men's hygiene brand Harry's. I'm sure most people have heard of this brand because it's blown up over the past 3 years. What Harry's did is they took skincare products and hygiene products that were typically meant for women and marketed towards women and marketed them towards men. They packaged these products with a sleek, modern design. While these are products that most men traditionally wouldn't purchase, now that they were marketed towards them, they bought them. Harry's normalized men using face toner or eye cream or moisturizer. They took a product that was marketed towards one gender and marketed it towards the other, and they blew up because of it. I think this is a great way to come up with a business idea. Think about products you use that aren't necessarily marketed towards your demographic. For example, I suffer from super dry hands. In the winter, they get really dry and cracked, and I really struggle with it. One thing I started purchasing this winter are these hand masks. What they are is essentially a glove filled with lotion and other stuff that's meant to moisturize your skin, and I've noticed that they really help. They make my hands feel way better. But every time I go to buy these masks, I have to go to the women's section of the store. It's usually near the nail polish and nail files and makeup stuff. And another issue is I have very large hands, and oftentimes these gloves don't fit super well because they're made for women. I'm sure there's tons of guys out there who are construction workers or doing a lot of labor with their hands who suffer from the same problems as me. And I'm sure if they had a product like this hand mask targeted towards them, they might give it a try. This is just one example of a product I personally use that's marketed towards women and made for women, but works great for me too. So if any of you out there want to start a men's hand mask company, I'll be your first customer. Going off of that, it's important to be your own customer. Think about your hobbies or your job or the things that you do, and think about products or services that you could create that are meant for these hobbies or activities. 9 times out of 10, if you think of a product that you personally would buy, there's other people out there that will buy it. I think another way you can continue to develop ideas is by trying new hobbies and activities. When you start to identify yourself with niche groups of people that do certain things or buy certain products, you're able to find certain problems that need to be solved. For example, 3 or 4 years ago, I was super invested in the card collecting community. During that phase of my life, I was able to identify a problem that many card collectors dealt with and come up with a solution for it. As a result, I created a product that has brought me hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm going to say it again because I think it's so important. If you create a product that you would personally buy, more likely than not, there's other people out there that would buy it too. So I think being your own customer is a very good way to come up with business ideas. The last way I think you can come up with great ideas is by taking an existing product and niching it down significantly. A good way to think about this is by taking a general use product and making it better for a specific community to use. An example of this that I like is the brand Untuck It. They took the standard men's dress shirt and made it better for men who like to wear their shirts untucked. They took an existing product that there are hundreds of brands out there, made it a little bit better for a very certain section of people, and created a complete business around it. And as a result, they've been super successful. Another example of this is those little hydration packets. We saw brands like Liquid IV come out with the original hydration packet, but now others have taken that concept and made it for specific groups of people. For example, the company Waterboy, who took essentially the same exact product and marketed it towards college kids with hangovers. Which product do you think that the college kids are more likely to buy? A general hydration product or a product that says it's specifically for hangovers? So I encourage you to look at products you use that are made for general use, but you use in very specific scenarios. Once again, if you are using this product in this specific situation, there are definitely other people out there doing the same thing. And if you brand it differently and market it towards them, you have a business. I hope you can take these ways of thinking and start to come up with ideas for potential businesses. I think that there are endless opportunities in the market that we look past every single day. So just changing your thinking slightly might allow you to realize these opportunities. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope it brought you some value.